Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the America Sports Connection. I'm your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm here with my buddy Lance. How you holding up, man?
Doing good, filling in for Rygal again. He's off getting married, so
Yeah, good for him, man. He's in
yeah,
one of those fancy like Caribbean islands. So
Dominican Republic.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
That shows you how much I remember.
Yeah, he's got some nice photos out there. Yeah,
Good for him, man. I wouldn't want to come back.
he kind of looks like where I live a little bit, but not so. No palm trees. We got fruit trees, so
Yeah, well, I guess that's kind of close.
yeah. So
Hey, well then you're not kidding when you're in a nice area of Canada.
yeah, oh yeah, that's been. I think our town was like the 10th, one of the 10th best places to live in the world.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and my town,
Well, that's amazing then.
my area. Yeah, well, it's nice here, man. It's people ask me why I don't go on vacation. It's like, why would I leave here?
Yeah, I'm on vacation every fucking day.
Yeah. They're like, when I went over to England, they're like, well, why don't you go to Hawaii or something? And I'm like, well, I got beaches here if I want to go. Like,
Well,
geez.
and to be fair, I just picture you and the beach as like the biggest not gonna happen thing ever.
Oh, there's a nice tree and a picnic table with shade and a cooler of beer. I'm all in.
That's funny.
Hmm.
All right, dude. Well, let's get into it. What did you think of Raw this week, from your memory?
Well, I can't remember fuck all from it. That tells you how crappy it was. The only thing I do remember was that horrible "This Is Your Life" skit.
Oh yeah, the what do I want to? The rehashing of the old one they did with Mick Foley and The Rock.
Well, that was funny because The Rock's a funny guy.
Yeah.
And,
It was
yeah.
just, they were they were trying too hard.
And I like Alexa Bliss, actually. She's one of my new favorite,
Yes.
I was going to say divas. They're women now, women wrestlers. But it was just, oh. And then and hockey was on. So I switched over to hockey, and I'm watching it. I switched back like 5 minutes later, and it's still going on. It's like, jeez.
Yeah, it was really bad. Like the one girl is like, I guess was like Bailey's friend or whatever, and then the guy that she liked, and then they start saying that they liked each other. I'm like, wow, this is fucking weird.
Yeah, I guess Booker T even said on air, "This is horrible" or something.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, and they're saying that Vince told him to say that directly. So,
Oh wow.
well, that's what the King says.
Well, that's
He's just
interesting.
he's just speculating, but he says that sounds like it came right from the top.
It would make
Because,
sense because
well, he'd have to have permission to say something like that.
yeah, because
you
I
would
was going to
think.
say, man, he's getting a lot of shit for that.
Yeah, you don't say this is crap unless Vince McMahon says this is crap.
The other thing I noticed about this show was they had a lot of either like I guess you would say multi-person matches.
Oh, exactly. Like when we were chatting there online, I basically predicted the whole first.
Yeah.
First
You messaged me
hour.
right before the match. You're like, it's going to be a 6-man.
Yeah, and the only thing I got wrong, was that I said Kurt Angle's going to come out, but he came out during the commercial, I guess,
I'm
and made the
assuming,
match.
yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean,
just
it was
fine.
that match was okay with the Hardys,
Yeah.
Dean against Cesaro, Sheamus, and Miz.
Yeah, I didn't mind that match. That was probably one, if not the only good match of the night. If I,
The one guy, Lance, I like what they're doing with, and I think you've enjoyed him too, if I remember correctly. The Drifter, Elias Sampson.
oh yeah, long-haired guy with a guitar. What wouldn't I like about that guy?
And and I like it because like they didn't really let him speak for a long time. He would just like randomly walk into
Show up.
shots and like play the guitar and walk away.
They're like, what the hell's up with that guy? Yeah.
And I like it because it kind of just like created interest. Like, what's his deal?
I like him too because he's big, but he's not overly muscular with the veins and that.
Yeah. He's like a big dude, but he's not like grotesquely huge.
Yeah, he just looks like a tough guy you'd see at the bar or something.
Yeah, you could get a bar fight with.
Yeah, him and Owens kind of remind. Owens got that kind of a bar look too.
Yeah, I can go along with that. The one of the matches I actually enjoyed was the triple threat with Balor, Joe, and Bray.
That's good too, but I've always said this. I don't like triple threats. You know, it's always the one guy gets so hurt he has to lay outside while the other guys fight. And then he comes back in, and the other guy's hurt and lays outside the ring.
Yeah.
And I've just never liked triple threats, so it's hard for me to get into them.
Right, I can understand that. That's the way they are with all WWE's, with all their multi-person match, like Money in the Bank. That irks me, those matches, because, and me and Rygov talked about this, where you'll have two guys fight, and then something will happen, and then they roll out, and then the next two guys come. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody gets their turn.
Yeah, and then they got their turn of their finishers. Boom, one guy gets his finisher. He turns around, there's the other guy, gets his finisher.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of how they work those matches.
You know, if they're going to have them outside hurt, pretending they're hurt, you know, for 5 minutes, why can't they have them fighting?
That's what I was just going to say. Why not they have, like, chaos?
Because, especially when they're so hurt that they're down for 8 minutes. It's like, nobody's ever that hurt in wrestling.
Yeah.
But I guess that's what they do.
I'm assuming it's for more like the casual fans. You know what I mean?
Well, we know that damn well that
because
like
you said, I would rather it. Even if they don't show it on camera, them like fighting, they can. Oh, well, this one's doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could be over by the crowd, or I guess a lot of times too they don't want to do that. I guess because they want the guys in the ring have to be looked at. They don't want the fans looking. But it's still there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, kind of faded out there for a sec.
No, what I was gonna say is and I don't know how you feel about this. I get it, why they're doing this with Sasha Banks, because they want to like try and make people watch 205 Live because she was on there, I think, this past week. But the whole like Sasha Banks and Rich Swann versus Dar and Alicia Fox, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I'd rather just see the two guys fight each other and the two girls fight each other. Don't need the soap opera stuff, which I always hate. But I don't know. I've never really been a Sasha Banks fan. I just never liked her. And I've never really said that because everybody was she's so amazing. And I go,
oh, hey, dude, you like what you like, or you know what I mean?
Oh, sorry. I just don't see what's so amazing about her. She can barely talk.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's all that good looking.
Right. I mean, she could put on pretty good matches, but I could understand where you could feel that way. Plus, they kind of, for I don't want to say a long time, but for a good portion of time, kind of force fed her, and that might have been what turned you off, where they had like her and Charlotte fighting like every, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know, but she's definitely not in the number one spot anymore, that's for sure. And
no.
I don't know what's up with Bayley. I don't think they like her anymore.
I know, it's weird, isn't it? But I like Alexa Bliss, regardless of all the hate that she gets online, which is weird to me.
Well, she plays a heel good. She can talk. She can wrestle, and she's not bad to look at.
Yeah, she's believable.
Yeah.
Which is very rare nowadays.
It kind of a little bit reminds me of a blonde AJ Lee.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Tiny, but powerful.
The other thing I enjoyed, and we didn't get to talk about this last week because things came up, I love what they're doing with Goldust, bringing the old Goldust back.
Yeah, it's good. They're making him look like he's kind of crazy again or demented or who knows what. So I'm all into it.
Yeah, like when it was not this week, last week, I think it was when he cut the old style promo, like when he first came in, and I don't need a script, I'm back in the chair.
Oh, Jeremy Maclin just got released
Oh wow!
by the Chiefs.
Holy shit, that's shocking.
Yeah.
But I don't know where they're going with that. I hope Goldust gets like a big push, but I can't see it at his age.
He's not really that old. He's got to be in his late 40s, maybe.
Let me see. He is 48.
'Cause that ain't too bad for, back in the 80s and 90s. That was prime wrestling.
And like you said
Ages.
before, he's in probably the best shape of his career.
Yeah, well, he's clean cut. He don't do nothing. Don't drink. Don't do any drugs.
And he does the DDP yoga too.
Does he? Oh, good for him.
He's the one that he lost all that weight. DDP helped him. He got him clean and all that stuff.
Well,
So that's cool. I don't know if you remember the main event on Raw, but I enjoyed it. Roman versus Seth.
yeah, it was okay. Sometimes I think they're putting too big of matches on. Because,
I know what you mean.
yeah, it's like, they're wrestling. It's almost pay-per-view quality matches.
Yeah. You could
But
say the
if
same
they didn't,
thing.
we'd complain the other way, wouldn't we? So,
Yeah. Well, you could say the same thing about that triple threat with those three guys. That's a pay-per-view caliber match.
exactly.
So it's
I don't know. You know me, I complain about everything. It's never right.
But I do agree with you in a sense, but to me it almost feels like pay-per-views really aren't pay-per-views anymore. They're more just kind of like extended Raws, or you know what I mean?
Oh, exactly. Especially when you got promos in the ring, and back in the day, all that stuff. Raw was a lot of promos and some wrestling, and then at the pay-per-views, like you said, they're not that anymore. They're network specials.
Which I hate.
Usually that would be all wrestling, and if they did have one promo event, it'd be like a Piper's Pit or something big, right?
Yeah, or like it would be for the main event, or like say the big 2 or 3 matches. It would show you like a small build up, like we went, oh, this is how it started, or you know what I mean?
And especially now they got one almost every 2 weeks. It's like,
Oh, dude, it's pretty rough some days.
that's what's got me. I barely watch UFC anymore because it used to be an event. It used to be special. Now it's who are these two guys?
That's exactly what that right there. They've ordered it. They've not made it special. Like when you had a pay-per-view, like you remember back in the 80s in the glory days, regardless of, I mean, the Attitude Era was great, but for me, it was the 80s and the early 90s. You only got a pay-per-view, God, every 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah, they had 4 and then up to 6, I think. And
yeah, and then like the only other big thing was like Saturday night's main events.
yeah, and every once in a while on was it Superstars?
Yeah.
You might get one non-jobber match on there.
I always remember, I've probably told this story, but if you would watch like Wrestling Challenge or Superstars of Wrestling back in the day, if you saw like Hogan wrestle on there, you're like, holy shit, I gotta see this.
Yeah, big time.
Because it was
It'd be
like,
maybe-
guys
it'd be like
him-
maybe-
yeah.
It'd be like maybe once a year.
Yeah, it never
twice.
happened.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, even with the internet age, that's kind of taken away from that too, where it's like there's no kind of build up. You know what I mean? Where it's almost like instant gratification.
Well, that's the world we live in now, though, isn't it? Everybody's on their iPad, flipping channels, doing whatever. So
Not me.
No.
People still tell me, they're like, you need to get a newer kind of cell phone, because I basically have what they call a burner phone.
Yeah. I had to get a new phone. My 14-year-old phone finally kicked out on me, but
Yo, I forgot it did.
yeah, well, I just got the $20 one at the 7-Eleven. I don't care what it looks like.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Mine is what they call as, and people will cringe as I say this, what Booker T says, free 99.
Yeah, well, my plan is $20 a month, and
No, shit, that's not bad.
yeah. Well, I get 200 anytime minutes, and I barely even come close to that. No texting, which I don't do anyways.
Oh, then that's all you need.
Yeah, I hardly ever come to 200.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm the same way. Now,
just a quick stupid story here.
good.
The damn phone company phones me the other day, and they say, "Is this who so and so?" Yeah. Oh well, this is Virgin Mobile. We have a deal for you, and I go, "Okay, well, what's that?" They go, "Well, for $35, you can." I go, "Sweet, stop right there. I pay $20 a month. How is that a deal?" The lady goes, "Oh well, you get free text and you get this and this." And I'm like, "Nope, sorry." Click. That's not a deal.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was gonna lay into her, but
You decided
just
to be
doing
nice.
well, I even said to her, I go, "I know you're being told to do this. It's your job. Please don't phone me again. I'm happy." "Okay, we'll take you off the list." I've heard that 20 times. You stop phone me.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Now, what did you think of SmackDown this week?
I don't remember much of SmackDown. I remember it started with a big promo like Raw does all the time now.
Yeah, because you messaged me. You're like, "Oh no, it's SmackDown or Raw Light."
Yeah.
I will say this, and I really like Nakamura because I like everything about him. There's just one thing that really irks me with him is his promos. The reason being, he wears that fucking like mouthpiece when he tries to talk.
Yeah, and they got him almost in the stereotypical Japanese. "Oh, hello,
And it's like, can you be any more like,
stereotype.
Yeah.
Yeah. "Oh, hey, GI. Oh, yeah, good saki, almost, like.
Yeah.
Because I've heard the guy can speak pretty good
He
English.
speaks almost perfect English.
Yeah, but can't have him speaking normal.
I just think they should let him take his mouthpiece out so it might be easier for people to understand him.
Well, maybe he's got no teeth.
That's what I was wondering. Why?
Yeah. I wonder if that's him or if that's the company telling him that.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I don't
You would
know.
assume they don't have any choice of anything, so
That's very true.
they probably tell him to do that.
Yeah, that's the only thing that irks me with him.
And of course, yeah, I do remember the opening now because it was really bad. Baron Corbin and his "I'm gonna get you. I'm tough."
I know a lot of people that like Baron Corbin because I've seen it online. I will tell you, and I've said this. If I have trouble sleeping, I'm gonna put on a Baron Corbin match.
Yeah, I've never been a fan either.
I just don't get it. And then I've had several indie wrestlers tell me that he's a jerk, basically.
Well, he looks like one.
Yeah, and this person, I don't want to name names, but they actually played in the NFL with him. And
Yeah,
and this guy basically told me, and I've never heard this because this guy is a really positive person. Baron Corbin is the only person I've heard him say anything bad about.
that's pretty bad. It's like this. Who are they talking? Oh, I can't remember. Don't matter. But the type of person that if they're so nice, if they don't like this guy, there's something wrong.
Yeah, like it's one of those, like it raises a red flag.
It'd be like Mr. Rogers. You remember him back in the day? It's like if Mr. Rogers hated somebody, they must be really baited.
That's
They must
funny.
be horrible.
But
Yeah.
now that I'm looking at it with SmackDown, I actually enjoyed the opening match. It was Nakamura and Zayn against Owens and Corbin.
It was okay, I guess, but I'm not a fan of Zayn or Corbin.
What do you call him? Zayn the taxi driver.
Yeah, I don't think he wears those pants anymore, the checkerboard anymore, so I
I
can't
didn't
call him
know
that
this.
anymore. Yeah. Yeah, he wears something different on his pants now, lettering or something.
There, you could kind of tell, and maybe it's me, that they're trying to make him out to be the next Daniel Bryan.
Think so? Maybe.
I just get that vibe.
He's an okay wrestler. Actually, he's a pretty good wrestler, and
Yeah.
he's just too plain for me.
I know. Yeah, he's bland.
But I guess
I
with
can
whatever
respect,
it's
I can
working,
respect that. I
it
personally,
works for him.
I wish they would have let him stay under the mask and do his old thing. That was funny.
Well, you can't have a masked guy that's not Mexican. That's just impossible in WWE.
Heaven forbids.
No masks. They can't. Got to be Mexican. Only Mexicans wear masks,
That's funny.
or Japanese guys too sometimes.
Yeah, it's only those two.
Yeah.
This didn't do anything for me, even though they've been gone for quite some time. When they came back, the New Day and with the Usos.
The Urban Toughies.
Yes, the Urban Toughies.
Yeah. I've always liked the Usos.
Yeah,
And I didn't mind the New Day for a while, but obviously they got stale. I thought they would have broke up right after the streak got broken, Demolition Streak, but
yeah. It's not that I dislike them, New Day. It's just I think they ran their course. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. And I really don't like trombone guy there.
Oh, Xavier Woods.
Yeah, Xavier Beware. But I really like Kofi, and I always like Kofi, and I don't mind the
Big E.
Big E. Yeah, I've always liked those two.
I always thought the New Day really helped Big E in the sense of letting him show his personality.
Yeah, and give him a lot of confidence too.
Yeah, because remember he was just the angry big guy that didn't talk.
Yeah, standing in the back.
Yeah,
Looks
so
scary.
I always thought that helped him. And yeah, I've always enjoyed Kofi too. He's had a really long run in WWE.
Man, he's been there almost got to be 12 or more years now.
Yeah, something like that. I also really enjoyed the segment with the women where they just destroyed each other.
I missed that part.
It's the one where they're basically all fighting outside, and then Natalia gets powerbombed through the announcer's table.
Okay, I did see that part.
Yeah, they basically all beat the snot out of each other, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, I was flipping channels quite a bit during
Yeah.
SmackDown. I wasn't impressed.
And that was when they announced, Shane came out and announced the first ever Money in the Bank women's match.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're going to have basically the same deal with the briefcase, but it's for the girls.
Right on. Is that all just obviously SmackDown girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I understand, it's going to be Charlotte, Becky, Carmella, Tamina, Natalia, and I think one other person. But I
Tamina?
can't remember who the other person is.
Tamina, maybe?
No, I already said her.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it's a surprise or something.
That's going to be on this weekend.
No, that's in 2 weeks.
Okay.
No, this weekend is Raw's Extreme Rules.
Ah, okay. Yeah, see, there's so many.
I know, I can't keep up either. I'm scrolling through the Breeze. I know you don't particularly care for the Breeze Dango thing, but it's funny.
I tried to watch it. I just I don't know. I'm going to give it another try. I'm kind of on the borderline right now with it. So
I know.
I'm on the fence.
I like it for the simple reason it's just kind of different, and they're kind of letting them do something. You know what I mean?
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing Tyler Breeze there getting a little bit because he's from my hometown here.
Yeah,
so.
I remember you told me you saw him. I think you said he wrestled Ziggler, and they wrestled for like 25 minutes, and it was like fantastic.
More than that, probably 40 minutes. So
oh, wow.
35, 40 minutes. Yeah, they kicked the crap out of each other.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really good actually. It kind of made me see that he's the only thing that's holding him back obviously is his size.
Yeah.
Vince got to be 10'5",
and all roided
can't be
up.
5'10". Yeah.
That reminds me, who'd ever thought I would say this? Randy Orton actually cut a good promo on SmackDown.
Did he? I missed it totally.
I normally wouldn't say that, but it didn't put me to sleep, so it was apparently good.
Well, when Baron Corbin's on the same card, he's always, he takes that right over.
Dude,
so.
I got to tell you, man, when Corbin and Orton wrestled in the main event a few weeks back, that was painful. I mean, and I'm not making fun or trashing them or people that like them. Hey, that's cool. It doesn't do it for me. You know what I mean?
No. Well, not in a main event, but whatever. I guess it was different, that's for sure. But
oh yeah, the main event this week was fantastic with AJ and Dolph.
Yeah, I didn't mind that actually. But didn't Dolph Ziggler call AJ a kid? He's like in the promo, he said, "Listen here, kid," or something.
Maybe
to AJ.
It's possible. The thing that was weird to me, and I heard someone else say this, Ziggler beats him with a super kick. That was weird.
Yeah.
And the only reason I say that is because when Styles wrestled Cena, he had to take all these crazy moves that you hardly ever see Cena do, or in AA off the top rope and all, and he's kicking out, and then a super kick does him in.
Well, it's a mean nothing match. It's like, why would they even go out there and care who wins anyways? It's like,
right.
I
know, maybe I'm just nitpicking, but...
Well, that's what kind of bugs me about these no-meaning matches. Like the last pay-per-view, whatever, the big thing they had, AJ... Oh, no,
yeah, it was AJ and Kevin Owens.
But I'm talking about Dolph and...
Nakamura,
and Dolph won, or Nakamura won.
Yeah,
Nakamura won. And then they had Taxi Driver there and Corbin.
Yeah.
And Corbin lost. But then all of a sudden, the next Monday or Tuesday, they're all in the Money in the Bank match. It's like, well, what's the point of wrestling 2 nights before then?
No, I know what you're saying.
It's like it means absolutely no. The winners and the losers are both in there.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It'd be like, oh, you lost the AFC Championship game, but I'll just put you in the finals anyways. Or but that's the WWE now. Records don't matter.
I was gonna say it's like what we have in the States here that a lot of people have issues with. It's called getting a participation trophy.
Oh God, those are the worst.
Where it's just you get a trophy for showing up.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
My buddy that was just here, that I was waiting. That's why I was a little late on getting online.
Yeah.
He's a good arm wrestler,
uh-huh.
and he's only about 145 pounds, and you wouldn't he not a fighter, but he's got a good arm wrestle. Well, he entered this arm wrestling tournament in the junior weight or whatever, and he's bragging to everybody, I came in second, and I'm like, well, how many people were in it? He's like, well, 2.
Oh, no.
A tournament of 2, and he came in second. I go, dude, you came in last.
Or as someone would tell me, you were the first loser.
Yeah. Uh, but I know what you mean about those those trophies.
Yeah, participation trophies. Yeah. I don't like that shit either. But that's what it reminds me of when you mentioned that.
Yeah, because competition's not as good for kids in a little way. As long as you're not a sore winner or a sore loser, you know.
Yeah,
I definitely like sportsmanship.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think the problem was with SmackDown, and it's not just SmackDown; it's both brands. From where they did the brand split now, they're thin on talent. So, like, just from what you're saying, like Corbin lost and Ziggler lost, but there's no one else that's kind of really worthy to be in that match.
Yeah, I would say I don't know. It's
either that or they would
that's
just have
the
like
way it
four
is.
guys. I don't know. That could be interesting though. Have less guys and do more crazy things.
Yeah, but kind of how many people are usually in a seven?
Six, seven, something like
seven.
that.
I kind of like keeping it that way because that's the way it's always been. But
Yeah, no,
four would be cool too.
Yeah,
definitely change it up. But yeah,
you know, just a thought.
I do like the Money in the Bank ladder matches. I've always liked those.
Yeah, that was a big thing. They started it at Mania, right?
Oh yeah, but, then they got their own pay-per-view. But
did you hear? I'll bring this up, and I Dino sent it to me, and I had heard things about it. I can't remember the name of the company off the top of my head, but they're in the UK. The one company that offered CM Punk $1 million to wrestle for him.
PCW, maybe? Or Southside? Or WhatCulture.com?
No, I know it when I hear it, but I'll look it up real quick. But anyway, they postponed or basically canceled like all their upcoming shows.
Well, there's a couple real shady companies over there that do the old, hey, we're going to have this guy here sell tickets and then try to see if they can get that guy. You know,
that's crazy.
Yeah, because they have, there's the companies over there that are totally legit. Then they got other guys that are like, yeah, that's what they do. They'll be like, oh, if we can get all the ticket money first, and then let's see if we can get that guy.
It's 5-Star Wrestling.
5-Star Wrestling. Okay, I haven't even heard of them.
Yeah, because Dino sent me a message yesterday that they had a bunch of dates they had put up, and then they basically canceled, I think, all of them, or almost all of them, like postponed them to like next year, which is really friggin' odd.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of shady guys over there, but most of them are straight up.
Okay.
And they get really pissed off about these guys, fly by the night. They do these old, I can get, like the one guy was advertising Shawn Michaels and all this others. This was a few years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he got a shitload of money, and then lo and behold, he's gone.
I was going to say, and then he just bailed on everyone and took their money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
And I guess I don't know how it's not considered theft or fraud, but...
But, yeah, I don't know either, but, maybe the UK has different laws, I don't really know how all that stuff works, but...
Exactly.
But yeah, he had sent me a big thing about that. And then, I don't know if you follow What Culture Pro Wrestling, but they had to suspend... I guess they were doing a weekly show on YouTube.
Yeah.
They can't do it anymore now because of the... YouTube changed their advertising stuff.
Well, it's YouTube. They can do whatever the hell they want. But...
Yeah, well, they consider pro wrestling now not advertiser friendly.
Well, some of it actually isn't.
No.
But yeah.
In English, what it means is people that are content providers like myself or anyone else, if they wanted to, they cannot put ads on their videos anymore and make money off of it.
Well, I can kind of see it that way, in a way, because, YouTube's got their own ads, right? So
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how that works, but the one guy, I think his name's Adam from What Culture, said that
yeah, he's the main guy.
yeah,
Yeah,
they had
he's
to like change their model because he said, for example, they put up a match of Rey Mysterio and Alberto El Patron, and it got like 1.5 million views, and they only made like something like $25 off it.
yeah. I don't know how that YouTube money works.
Yeah, I'm
Some
not
people
exactly
get
sure, but basically they should have got a lot more than that. So they had to
Well,
like switch things
yeah.
up. So that's like a big thing going on right now in YouTube where they did that.
We could always go on the other ones. They got Daily Motion.
Oh, there's tons of them.
But YouTube's just the one everybody knows, right? So
I figure it'll change at some point, like when WWE will eventually come in and kind of put their foot down, like, no, you're not doing that. Because
Yeah.
they have all their shit on there too.
but I'm sure they have a different deal with YouTube, right? Sure.
Maybe I don't. I honestly don't know.
You would think so.
Yeah,
Because you don't see NFL on YouTube. And if you do, it gets yanked, right? You don't see copyright infringement stuff, right? So,
yeah, you got a good point there.
so obviously WWE, if they got stuff on YouTube, they have a deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very valid point. I never even thought of it like that.
Man, when I had no cable and I had an internet though, and I'm trying to find a Cowboys game, and this is back. I didn't know too much about all these different streams, and
Yeah.
go to YouTube, and here we go, found the game. 20 seconds in,
Oh.
gone. I'll try another one.
Hey, you'd see like one play, and then like, no,
Yeah.
and then go to the next one.
Well, I didn't know about all these
Yeah.
hit sites at the time, but yeah.
That's funny. All right, I'm going to, as I'm sitting here, I have the pay-per-view Extreme Rules, the card sitting in front of me. I'm gonna go down each match and get your thoughts on it.
All right.
All right. I don't know. I'm just gonna go in order because I don't know how they're doing it. Starting
Just save
off
the obviously save the Extreme Rules for last. Yeah.
you would think.
That- yeah.
Rich Swann and Sasha Banks versus Noam Dar and Alicia Fox. Yeah, you too. That's my thoughts exactly.
Well, it'll be cool when the guys are in there. So I'm assuming it's 2-on-2.
Yeah, I'm assuming guys with guys, girls with girls.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go with the Rich Swann and
That's what I'm thinking because
Sasha.
and they've really done a disservice to Noam Dar because the dude's really talented.
No, he's great. I seen him over there wrestle. Chris Hero was really good.
Okay, my issue is they've turned him. How do I want to say it? Like,
He's the sidekick.
yeah, he's like cartoony,
Yeah, she's the star, and he's the sidekick type thing.
which is supposed to be the other way.
But he's only 22 years old, I think now, maybe 21. So he's
He's only going to get better.
yeah, you would think. His problem is he's got such a weird accent. He's got a Scottish / Israeli.
Yeah.
Accent.
I like it because I like cool accents like that, but I could see where it could turn someone off.
Well, that's going to turn Vince off. Vince doesn't like accents, right?
Well, I don't know. I probably told you this story. One of the reasons I heard, and just because I read it doesn't mean it's true, but that he put Alicia Fox in this thing with him is because he loves the way he says Alicia Fox.
Oh, sounds like Fox.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm
Yeah,
like, that totally sounds like something Vince would do.
Oh yeah, he likes fart jokes and stuff like that, right? So,
Like 1970s humor.
and like I've always said, it's his toy box. He can,
Yeah, but
he can place his toys on the board wherever he wants.
Oh yeah, but I agree with you. I think Swann and Sasha go over. Next, We have Neville defending his title, the cruiserweight title against Austin Aries in a submission match.
I'm gonna go with. Oh, jeez, you just said his damn name. Oh, man, I just had a real brain fart there, dude. English guy.
Oh, Neville.
Neville, Jesus Christ.
That's okay.
Just said his name, and I'm like, ooh,
yeah,
man. I could just because I really like him, and I hope they want to do a good stretch of a title run with him. I'm hoping.
Right. I actually have really enjoyed his work since he's become a heel.
Oh, he's a great heel. Yeah.
And I tweeted this to some a buddy of mine that works at one of the indie promotions, and he marked out for it. He did it for a while. He doesn't do it now, Neville, but he was bringing the Barry Windham Superplex back.
Yeah.
Which I loved.
Yeah, because usually heels don't do the fancy moves off the top rope that much.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to be cheered. They want to get booed.
Right, and then it's even now he does the Rings of Saturn, which is still cool, and that's making a comeback.
Nice, yeah, that's always a good move.
Because I hadn't seen the Rings of Saturn in a long time, and now I see like 3 guys using it.
Plus, got the okay from somebody to do it.
Yeah, but I've enjoyed this feud because if they're allowed to have time, Lance, they've had fantastic matches.
Yeah, these are 2 amazing wrestlers.
Yeah, like that's what really annoyed me when Aries and him were on the pre-show for WrestleMania.
The only thing I hope is someone changes up their colors because they're always black versus black with these 2. I want to see a different.
Right? Yeah, black, I know what you mean.
I'll wear red. And if the guy's the champion, he should be able to pick the color, and then the other guy has to change. I don't know. I'm a little picky when it comes like that because I hate seeing, like a few years ago, you looked and everybody wore black trunks, black boots, everybody.
It was like they channeled their inner like Steve Austin or Goldberg,
or maybe they had a sale on black boots or something. I don't know.
That too, maybe. But either way, this should be fantastic, and with there only being 6 matches as of right now,
they should get time.
Yeah, they should get a lot of time. You would.
Because I'd love to see that Aries and that match go for 20 minutes. That'd be great because I like that.
Because I think they've been going about 15 or so.
All right.
Which hasn't been too bad for WWE standards.
Oh, WWE, that's a
lifetime.
Yeah, it's almost oh, Jesus.
I would say because you're very lucky, depending on who it is, to get past 10 to 12 minutes.
Exactly. It's almost like an Iron Man match if you're going 15.
I could agree with that. All right, next we have the Hardy Boys defending the tag titles against Cesaro and Sheamus in a cage.
Is this the time for Matt Hardy to go loopy? I can't see the Hardys losing a cage match.
I expect one of them to do a crazy spot.
Yeah, you beat me to it. Somebody's jumping off the cage.
I'm going to say Jeff because he's usually the daredevil of the 2.
Yeah, he likes doing stuff like that. I could see Cesaro do something like that too. I wouldn't doubt.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised. And
I don't think Sheamus would be doing it. But
no, I don't think Sheamus
I think he's just too big of a guy.
I will say
with
this.
Those little guys.
I love their heel turn.
Sheamus, yeah.
And Cesaro, I like them much better as heels.
I'm just not... Irish guys don't wear kilts.
No.
That's what kind of bugs me, but yeah, it's almost sacrilegious, I think. I don't know, maybe Irish guys do wear kilts, but I've always known Scots to wear kilts, and they're proud of it.
That'd be like an interesting question to ask and try and find out.
Yeah, it'd be like like a Chinese guy wearing a cowboy hat or something. I don't know. It's like they just don't do it.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean, and I agree with you. I think the Hardy Boys retain the belts. The issue, though, on Raw is after these guys, who's left?
Yeah, running out of teams.
Unless the Revival is getting ready to come back.
Well, that guy still got all his teeth in a.
Oh, we still
shut.
got wired shut.
Yeah, because I think that was one of the things you attacked. You attacked Enzo or whatever his name is.
Yeah. I keep hearing there's two ways they might go with that. It's that the Revival did it, or it's going to be Big Cass did it and turn him heel.
Why don't they just ask Enzo?
Yeah, there you go.
He should know who attacked him. And it's like, well, did you get hit up high in the... You would know it's your buddy there. Like, if your buddy attacked you from behind, I think you would know who hit you.
Oh, absolutely.
Stupid things like that. But I guess it's... WWF isn't reality, is it? It's fantasy world.
Not at all. All right, next we have Alexa Bliss defending the women's championship against Bayley in a kendo stick on a pole match.
Kendo stick on a pole.
They're channeling their inner Vince Russo.
Yeah. Alexa Bliss is probably gonna win.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Oh, they might punish her now after that horrible thing on Raw. Give it to.
But see, I don't really. That's not her fault.
In Vince's mind, it is.
I know. But I just mean that.
What do you mean you can't make our crappy jokes funny?
Yeah, it's just piss poor writing.
I laughed at him.
I will say this though. I give credit to Bayley because she's taken like every single shot with that kendo stick.
Oh my god! And she's not getting. She's got some wicked shots too. It's like, hey,
it makes me wonder, and this is just like the fan in me, that they did that to build it up where like Alexa always got her, and then when the match comes, like it makes people like, oh my god, I can't wait till Alexa gets hers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and will Bayley actually use the kendo stick? She's too good of a girl to do that. That's cheating.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Either way, I enjoy Alexa Bliss. I think.
Okay, so what are the rules of the match? You get the kendo stick and you're allowed to use it.
Correct. That's it.
So, and then you still got to pin the person, or
pin or submit. From what I understand, it's basically just like a no DQ match.
Okay, but someone's got to get the kendo stick. That's why these pole matches make no sense sometimes.
Yeah. Do you remember? You probably remember this. The one I always remember that was really bad, like that started the pole on a match thing, was I think it was in '92 Survivor Series, the Big Boss Man versus Nails.
Well, what they have on the pole, the nightstick?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the one that I vividly remember, a nightstick on a pole.
Well, pole matches have been around forever.
Yeah.
But I guess got to do something different, I guess.
Right. All right. Next we have Dean Ambrose defending the Intercontinental title against The Miz, and if Ambrose is disqualified, he will lose his title.
I can't see the Ambrose keeping it. Miz is on such a roll that I can't see. Yeah, got to be the Miz.
I feel the same way. Like when I heard this, I was like, "That's just a big setup for the Miz to win in a heel way."
I think the Miz deserves it, actually.
Oh no, I agree with you. I think the last year, I would say, calendar year, has been his best work.
And I really like Ambrose. He was one of my favorites. Well, he still is. It's just he's gotten kind of lost
in the shuffle, basically.
Yeah, and in a watered-down character.
Because I've actually seen the non-PG lunatic Dean Ambrose, and it's a really good character, but they just kind of have him, like you just said, stuck in that kind of PG, whatever you want to call it.
Well, that was the main event when I was here. My wrestling they had here was Ambrose versus Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt, and it was I think Ambrose was the Intercontinental champ at the time. Yeah, it was pretty good. They went a good 20 minutes, and
I think Wyatt is a very underrated wrestler too.
He is, but I've noticed somebody said something about. I've noticed it now that they said this. I don't know if I want to tell you because you'll notice it. He runs against the ropes too much.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
It's like you know, maybe once or twice, but every other move he's doing a jumpy flying thing off it. Like, but I guess that's his moves.
I was going to say the thing. I think the reason a lot of people don't like Wyatt's matches sometimes, and this is just my personal opinion, is he wrestles a lot like the old school, like 80s, early 90s kind of style.
Yeah, you and me, we both like that, but
you know,
we're not 13, 14, 20 years old.
Basically what I'm trying to say is when he wrestles, like he makes each move mean something. Like he doesn't just do it to do it.
I think he's got to get rid of those god awful dreads.
Oh, I hate him. I hate him. He looks like I've said this before. He looks like the lead singer from the Counting Crows, or the guy from Korn.
Korn, yeah. We got all the French guys are showing up now into our town to come pick fruit.
Yeah.
And they all got that hairdo and they stink. It's like, Jesus. You can tell the French are a long ways away.
That's funny. So you're going with The Miz?
Yeah, going with The Miz.
I'm going there too. And last but certainly not least, the main event.
Well, I apologize to any Frenchmen listening. These are guys from Quebec that don't shower, so
yeah, no disrespect. There's a big difference.
If you stink, you stink.
There you go.
Nothing to do with racism or nationality.
No, not at all.
You stink, you stink. You can be anybody.
Absolutely. All right, and last but not least, we have the main event. It's Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt versus Samoa Joe to determine who will fight the Beast at Great Balls of Fire.
Great Balls of Fire.
One of the worst names I've ever heard for a show.
Unless you're Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. Jesus. Okay, I'll go with who I want to win. I wouldn't mind Samoa Joe winning.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him versus Brock.
I think that would be a fantastic match.
I think we will see that someday down the line. They're probably saving that one.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the table for 3. That's what Cornette wants is the main event for WrestleMania.
Oh, thanks for reminding me about that. I haven't seen that yet. I'll watch it as soon as I get off.
Yeah, I was actually annoyed because it only went like 19 minutes.
Oh, hey, Klaus.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
The only reason is because they could have did a little bit more, and it would have, you know what I mean? Like they kind of were wanting more.
So I want Samoa Joe to win, but who do I think's gonna win? Well, who do you think?
Roman
Reigns.
I've been on the fence with this one because, and you probably noticed this, the last 2 weeks, because I'm pretty sure it was 2 weeks ago, Roman Reigns, they built him up to be like Superman because he beat Finn Balor and Seth Rollins before this pay-per-view. Clean.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, they're really making Roman look strong. So
that he can look like he can beat Brock.
Yeah, I was like, it's either that or like something weird's gonna happen and he's gonna lose like in a way that doesn't hurt him. You know what I mean?
You know, actually, I don't really mind Roman Reigns.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, and I actually think he's actually a pretty good wrestler. It's just I would love to see him be a bad guy. I think that's more than anything. Vince tried to shove it down our throats, and he's not as much anymore, but still a bit. But
he just has like how do you want to say this? Like it's almost like whether it's right or wrong, the fans are basically booing him as like to air all their grievances out at Vince.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense right there.
Like he's basically, okay, you're Vince's guy, we're gonna boo you.
Yeah, and same with Cena, but
yeah,
you can't blame Vince McMahon for supporting Cena.
No,
like, Cena's been loyal as a Marine, I guess you'd call it.
I have learned over the last X amount of years to really respect him because he's gotten very, very good in the ring.
And now that he's not in every main event of everything,
yeah,
too, it's like.
Well, plus I really respected him, even though Wyatt didn't have the title long. He put Bray Wyatt over clean twice in like 48 hours.
That's true. Yeah.
Just things like that.
I wouldn't mind Finn Balor winning this too.
Yeah, that would be fun.
But I can't see Vince looking at Brock Lesnar and standing beside Finn Balor and think that he look at him and go, there's no way that kid could win. It's impossible.
Unless you do it in the sense of a way of like the David versus Goliath thing.
Yeah, but this isn't David versus Goliath. This is David versus Godzilla or King Kong. And you know how Vince in his mind.
I know.
But so who do you got on this, Joey? Who do you think's winning?
I will lean towards Finn Balor. The reason being, they hinted at it on Raw this week with Heyman coming out and basically kissing Finn Balor's ass.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
But that's just a total shot in the dark because that happened, and then Roman beat Seth clean, so I'm like, wow. I'm like, I don't know now.
Seth Rollins used to be my number one guy, but now that he's a good guy, I could care freaking less about him.
He's just so...
He's just almost invisible now.
It's like, I don't know what you want... Yeah, I can agree with that. It's just like he's, I guess you would say, blah. Like, he just doesn't do it for me.
He plays a whiny, sniveling, backstabbing heel.
Yeah, like, that's what he's good at.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I'm trying to think, like Flair. Flair's a great heel. He's not really a good face.
Yeah, and Flair's even said it. He hates being a good guy. He'll do it.
You know what I mean? Like, because I was trying to think of some other ones that are really good heel. Like, I'll even say this. Randy Orton, he's a great heel.
Yeah, he's a horrible face.
Yeah, there's just like certain guys that should just not be a baby face.
Yeah, like Piper back in the day. Macho Man. Jake the Snake.
Yeah. See, the thing is, to me, Lance, is, and this is just my opinion, whoever wins this anyway is probably going to get fed to Brock at Great Balls of Fire anyway.
I would think so, too. I kind of like that Brock's the champ, and you only see the champ on pay-per-views or, network specials or certain occasions.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It makes the belt, like, special.
Even though that's not the big belt anymore. Is it? What's the global belt?
Yeah, the global belt.
Universal belt? What is it?
The universal title. But no, I understand what you're saying, because we were used to that growing up, that you never saw the champion on TV for a while, let alone defending the belt.
And if you did, all he did was come out and talk.
Yes.
That's what the champ should do. He said, why do I need to wrestle? I'm the champ.
Right.
I'm where I need to be. I don't need to be proved.
That's my only real issue with him. If he's the champ, he should at least But I know why they're not doing it because they got to pay
Yeah,
Brock
it's
per
contract.
appearance.
Yeah,
But I would have him just like come out and have him and Heyman just like talk shit and leave.
yeah, but hey, can't blame Brock. That's a great deal for him.
Oh no, I don't expect him to be around much longer. Actually,
Brock?
yeah,
Yeah, well, he's making so much money, he might can retire.
that's what I'm saying because he's not getting any younger.
Yeah, he can go up to his fortress up in northern Manitoba and
Because I think
never
he's
come out of
almost
there.
40.
Yeah, he's getting up there.
Yeah,
He's
he'll be 40 next month.
well, 40 in wrestling is nothing. 40 in football or 40 in UFC.
Different story.
Yeah, and you can, well, sometimes you can tell he trains a lot.
No.
Yeah, wow, the other times he looked like he was King Kong Bundy that one time there. Jeez.
I
One of
know,
the
man.
Goldberg fights.
But I just, the reason I say that is because Brock's making so much money, he's going to just, he won't need it. Plus, he's going to be 40, and I don't really think and I don't care what anybody says, because he's said it before, that he really has his heart into doing it, that he really enjoys what he does.
And plus, yeah, I'm sure he wants to get out being able to walk
Oh, yeah.
and not looking 30, 20 years down the line and having to be in a wheelchair.
I think that's Vince's biggest thing, that he's terrified because he's running out of part-timers.
Yeah, well, they're all getting old, and I don't think we'll ever see The Rock again.
I was just going to say
Maybe.
that. You'll see Triple H maybe here or there.
Yeah, we might see The Rock, but I can't see him being in the ring.
No.
After he hurt himself the few times there and they had to postpone that one movie.
Never again.
Yeah, because movies, man, they're multi-million dollars.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Because
everybody knows.
I'm thinking off the top of my head, they only have Triple H. Angle's probably going to fight again at some point if he can clear a physical.
Well, I'm sure he wants to.
Yes.
You can tell he wants to. It'd be good.
And then, see, I guess you would consider like Orton and Cena part-timers now.
Randy Orton is on every show.
Or
Isn't
maybe
he?
he's like the next one I guess you could consider will be that.
I've heard that he's talked to Vince about that, and Vince said, "No,
Oh,
you're
wow.
not. Yeah, you're not a part timer."
But you know what I mean. There's very few left.
Yeah, because well, Undertaker ain't coming back. That's for sure.
And I think Kane's done.
Kane, he might come back to just do his one last match thing because now he's going to be president.
Yeah, same thing
few years.
with Big Show.
That might help Big Show more than anything
Yeah.
if he could turn into a part timer, show up once in a while.
Well, he hasn't been on TV since Mania.
And the thing, but I've heard he's in the best shape of his life.
Yes, I saw it.
But maybe he's in the best shape of his life because he might not be able to pass a test. I'm not saying that,
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, he does.
Yeah, I just mean we don't know.
But yeah. Who else for part timers? Triple H, definitely, like you said, he'll be there forever.
I will say this, though. For the people that talk shit on Triple H, he always has kick-ass WrestleMania entrances.
Oh, he's got the best, doesn't he?
Dude,
Yeah.
I loved it when he had the badass-looking bike.
Yeah, the big three-wheeler with Stephanie on the back, looking like he rode right out of Mad Max.
I was going to say that, or it reminded me of Sons of Anarchy.
I've always liked Triple H. I've liked him since day one. When
I saw him
watching him in
last
WCW.
at a house show in the town that I live in it was either 95 or 96. I saw him, and that was kind of cool. I'll never forget it because the main event was Bam Bam Bigelow against King Kong Bundy, and they broke the ring.
Oh, man.
Like, they weren't even in the ring 5 minutes, and they broke it and had to go to the finish.
So it was a fuck up. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Wow, they ain't breaking the rings at house shows. Because then they got to fix them.
Yeah, it was just one of those things like, wow. Like, I remember that vividly.
Cool.
And because I was probably like 12 or 13 at the time.
Nice.
Yeah, because they used to come here regularly when business was on its ass, and like in 94, 95, 96. They would come. They would go to high schools because they were hurting for money.
Well, I guess it's better than not wrestling. So making no money.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But on that note, we're gonna get out of here for tonight. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, all that good shit, and we'll see you back next week. Have a good night, everybody.